Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful place.
I don't often make videos like this, but today I'm going to talk about it. So, for all those people who don't know me, I'm Hybridsteel. I've been a fan of the Fallout franchise since pretty much day one. I have played every Fallout game. I even played Fallout 76 in the times of horribleness at the beginning, all the way up to seeing the modern day version of it. And I was actually starting to look forward to the Fallout TV show. And the reason why was because finally, after years and years and years of thinking it would be a good idea, they released a trailer which wasn't too bad. Genuinely, I think they could have done more with it, but, this is a good thing. The TV show was going to be coming out. It was going to be coming out for Amazon. It was looking okay. I was actually starting to get hyped for it. Until this. Amazon Fallout director says it would have been a fool's errand for series to try and appeal to fans. I don't think you can really set out to please the fans of anything. All you have to do is play the smegging video games or read the lore, and the world would be a better place. That's all you have to do with Fallout. Just read what's around and talk to Todd Howard and make stuff up. As long as it stays within the lore and the world that Todd and Bethesda have created over the years. That's pretty much it. I'm going to read through this, then we can have a chat. Welp, sticking a radiated fork in Amazon's Fallout series. It's done. As if the revelation of a multi-opening Iron Man-esque helmet and supposedly radiation-proof power armor was not enough for a red flag of Amazon's up-and-coming live-action TV adaptation of the popular RPG franchise, director Jonathan Nolan has admitted that the series was not made with real fans in mind. That's basically like just sticking a middle finger up at you and saying, we're going to do it our way, screw you. So the same thing happened to The Witcher, and do you remember how things went that way? Go check out that stuff. That went really well for them. Nolan, who viewers may recognise from the creator of CBS Person of Interest, HBO's Westworld, as well as the brother of Christian Bale-led Batman trilogy, Christopher Nolan, offers his insight into Fallout direction during a recent press event held for this series. As reported by UK-based consumer technology news outlet T3, Nolan's appearance at the event saw him share his belief and trying to make the series in a way that would please long-time franchise fans was ultimately a futile effort. I don't think you can really set out to please the fans of anything, the director opined, or please anyone other than yourself. Now, unless you're going to go and take a box of Kleenex to your private room and watch something on your phone, or pleasing yourself is just something that you should be doing in your private time. Pleasing the fans and the people who are actually going to be watching your stuff are the people you should be aiming your material at. If you want to please the fans of anything, pay attention to the source material. Not difficult. It's right there in front of you. I think you have to come into this trying to make a show that you want to make and trusting that, with us being fans of the game, we would find the pieces were essential to us and try to do the best version. No, the best version would be pay attention to what we wanted. A Fallout series that follows the timeline, or whatever chosen section of the timeline you have. There is enough lore in the entire of the internet to put something good together. Trust me, I read it all. There is enough out there. The storytelling in Fallout is really in-depth. The lore on Fallout is very in-depth. You can go and pick up all the transcripts from every single NPC in the entirety of its entire series. It's all online. There is a wiki condensed down and put together by fans to show everything. So why screw this up now? To this end, Nolan had attempted to assuage fans' fears regards the series' respect for its source material by pulling his aforementioned fan credentials, asserting, "It stated for me with Fallout 3, which devoured about a year of my life." Congratulations. If you're a fan of Fallout 3 and you're building Fallout 33, which I went through the lore, I figured it was about that same sort of timeline because of what Lucy said in the trailer.
Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
You're an actual vault dweller.
The Great War was in 2077. This Vault 33 I must have opened up at 2277, which is basically the end of Fallout 3. That's all you had to do. And then what you do from there is you build the series around all the bits and pieces that are happening in the world at the time. Read the timeline. Not difficult at all. I've done it. And I'm a flipping idiot. Unfortunately for Nolan, it should be noted that given Fallout 3 was the first game made by Bethesda, rather than original developers Black Isle Studios. Yes, by the way, Black Isle did a really good job with the first games. Well, yeah, Fallout 1, Fallout 2, 1 and 2, bloody good game. The massive amount of diversion amongst fans regarding which of the two companies handled the property better, his attempt to establish his serious fan cred like posed this. So what you do with this is obviously Black Isle controlled like the first two of the Fallout franchise, right? They are the early days. If you go into the lore of the whole timeline, and I'll bring that up in a minute, you can go into every single section of the entire timeline of Fallout and pick where you want things to be. Now, what you would do then is you would read into the things that are going to be appealing after Fallout 3. If the Fallout 3 material is the stuff you want to carry on, that's the material you work on. It's like working on comic books. If you don't work for the comic book here, you work for the comic book over here. That's why there's a multiverse. You have these different sections you can work in. With Fallout, because of the two companies that basically made the game, because you have Black Isle and you have Bethesda, you work off of the Bethesda stuff because it comes from Fallout 3. So you work on the later material. It's not going to split the fans. Now, from Black Isle, they laid out a lot of the groundwork. Bethesda have basically worked on the groundwork to make it more fuller. In some respect, there are some controversial things in between Black Isle and Bethesda, but 99% of it we don't argue about. The reason why we don't argue about it is because we've basically accepted that two companies took over and we just had to put the timeline together ourselves. And that's where the fandom of Fallout comes in as a positive thing. If you're building a TV series based at the same time as Fallout 3, that's your timeline. Work from there. I was an aspiring young writer at this point, and I almost derailed my entire career. Recalled the director, it's ludicrously playable and fun. Seriously, games were just incredible. Fallout 3, I'm going to be brutally honest, was probably one of the best Fallout games to be made. Because of just the story, the basically the surroundings, everything that was made for it. Story was actually really, really good. Better than Fallout 4's. There was a lot of lore being dragged from everywhere to sort of make it whole. And that was what we liked about Fallout 3. And then you had all the expansions upon that as well, like New Vegas and bits. It all just made sense. Okay? So you work from that. You work from the material given to you at that timeline. And I'll get into that as soon as we've finished. It's such a rare and unbelievable thing that I've gotten to do it twice in my career. To take something that you love and to get a chance to play that in a universe, to create your own version. That's the problem. You're creating your own version. You're not creating the version the fans want to watch. He added, the first go around for me was Batman. Nolan helped pen all 3 entries in his brother's cinematic Caped Crusader trilogy, though he was sadly left uncredited for Batman Begins, and this time with Fallout. A series of games that I absolutely loved. Okay, cool, you absolutely love them. Don't flipping ruin them then. It's that simple. Ultimately pressed by the crowd as to whether or not, for all of his aversions by pleasing fans, he had at least produced a Fallout series that he was satisfied with. It's kind of a fool's errand to try to figure out how to make other people happy. No, you got to make yourself happy, he concluded. Yes, make yourself happy. Box of Kleenex, bedroom, be happy. And I've made myself very happy with this show. If you've made yourself happy with this show in your bedroom, I'm going to be very concerned. Anyways, starring Ella Prunell as the Vault Dweller, named Lucy, and Walter Goggin as the Ghoul. I really like the Ghoul. Right, I'm a big fan of the Ghoul, and I don't mind the fact that Lucy's the main character because you can play as a female character in something, you know, it's in the games, it's fine. I just hope it's not an insufferable girl boss film, that TV show. That's all I'm getting at. So what I'm going to show you here, this is the Fallout Wiki. Now, for all those people who I don't know who've never ever seen this, and there's probably a few of you out there, if you've never seen the Fallout Wiki, this thing documents the entire timeline of everything that ever happened in every single Fallout game ever created. Okay? Ever. Fallout 76, Fallout 4, New Vegas, Fallout 3, Fallout 2, Fallout... and even all the spin-offs. Fallout Shelter, Fallout Shelter Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel. If you've never played Brotherhood of Steel, don't. It's crap. Don't play it. But, just saying, it's here. And what you can do is you can click on here and you can go through every single thing about the game. So what we can do here, let's go to... This is what I mean by this game is heavily documented. This is the Fallout Wiki timeline. Alright, So you can come onto here, you can check out this. It covers literally everything in the game. Everything. I mean, even stupid things that you're like, oh, that's not important. It is in this. Everything's been documented. So to put this into perspective, Fallout the TV show, which is being made by Amazon, was set, and I guessed it down to 2277. So let me just forward through to 2277. And the reason why I say 2277 is because of what happens at 2077. This is the start of the Great War. Okay? So you've got all of the timeline that leads up to the Great War. And I was like, okay, so if they're talking like 200 years on, that means 200 years on is going to be 2277. That means fast forward. 2277. Now, this ties in with Fallout 3. This is the Battle of the Hoover Dam takes place with the Caesar's legions. So you have all of this here. The Brotherhood outcasts seeking assistance when trying to recover technology from the Virtual Strategic Solutions Facility. So depending on where you're going to put the timeline of like the end of Fallout 3 going into this, you have all of this. Look, it even says here, Fallout 3 ends. The Lone Wanderer activates Project Purity and the Capital Wasteland. So what you could do is you could tie that in. You could have looked at this and just gone, okay, so where am I going to take this? What can I do with this? What can I do with this TV series? If I go and check out the lore and the source material to Fallout, maybe we could build a TV show around this. Now, with Todd Howard being involved, so they didn't cross over into Fallout 5 territory, because it basically confirmed Todd Howard the other day when he was talking about Fallout 5, they're going to be building another game. So what Todd Howard should be doing, and how I would put this in my head, and I'm not a very smart person, and you can quote me that down in the comment section and all my videos and stuff, I've even said this. I would aim for the TV show would have been placed at 2077, when Fallout 3 finished. I would have started it around this sort of section, when Project Purity started, because then that would have been a good start, wouldn't it? Yeah, and then let's say Fallout 5 is whatever Todd Howard's going to do with it, so you just don't cross. Now, if he's worried about the sort, like going against like the fans, if he'd have just paid attention to what goes on from 2077 onwards, a lot happens. A lot happens. So up to 2288, Fallout New Vegas ends. So you could have tied this into Fallout Vegas. People would have been really happy because Fallout Vegas was a flipping good game. You've got the Brotherhood of Steel. They be doing recon teams into the Commonwealth. You could have included that as well. You could take any one of these events and turned it into a TV show, or made put actual things around and been like, you know what, we could have done this, we could have done that, we could have included this. You could have taken all of this from 2077 onwards. You could have had so much more material. The Fallout universe ends at 2997. Okay, that is the end of the Fallout universe as now, because nothing else has been made since. What I'm getting at is that you have all of these things that you could put focus on and put it into the timeline, and you would have been happy. And it would have made the reason why it would have made the fans happy is because you're actually paying attention to the source material and the lore that goes into Fallout. Now, the reason why I know all this exists is because I've had those arguments with people. Well, you can't get... I've had even recent like talks when we were talking about like the certain drugs that are in this game, like jet and things like that. I had not an argument, but a back and forth. We were talking about it, and it even got me down to a point where I could go into like the transcripts of when we were talking to Myron in Fallout 2 about how he created Jet. Basically, and you can actually find it if you've got a high enough intelligence or science skill. You can figure out that he's actually bullcrapping you. He found the recipe on a computer, and he basically made a more potent version to be selling in New Reno. That's how Jet came around. Trust me, I went through all of that, and it was like a brain fart because there was so much stuff I had to read. But what I'm getting at here is that there is so much lore that he could have played with, and he could have actually added in, and no one would have had a go. But when you have got an article headlined like this is me having a concern about this TV show now. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to watch this. And if I watch this and I have to start making episodes about like my thoughts of this, I'm going to have to make a new channel, because I'm going to get into that critique space of taking this crap apart. If it's crap, I'm hoping it's going to still be okay. My concerns now is if he's saying that you cannot please the fans of anything. I'm one of those fans, and I really love Fallout. I've been a massive fan of the whole series, even through the good and the bad. I was bad-mouthing 76 because it was crap, and it has got better. I have basically chosen my favourites, I've chosen my favourite characters, and I've got all of that in my head from all the stuff I've played in the past. And that's why I told you, don't play the Brotherhood of Steel video game, because it's crap. But when you read an article like this that makes you more worried about what's going to happen to the TV show you've been looking forward to, you then start to show concern. And I really hope it's still okay. So if you have enjoyed this video, hit the like, subscribe and notification button below for all other updates. If I have to keep making videos on this, chances are I'm probably going to have to make a commentary channel, because things are starting to annoy me now. And if this whole commentary thing starts because of Fallout, then I can officially say that Fallout started me down a commentary path. That's a good thing. It came out of it. I mean, I'm able to talk about this. This is me being concerned now. Peace out. Have fun. Enjoy everything you guys do. Boom. Fist bump to you.